I just got to that spot. I literally just got to that spot and stopped to rest my legs because they were killing me. So I just left Erskine's physical therapy. Christina worked on my lymphedema in my legs, which hurt very bad. But I went out there to do what I was allowed to do. They said this happened around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You can see right here, ladies and gentlemen. It says right there on our own security camera, 6 o'clock. At least my time frame was closer. And they had security cameras, for heaven's sakes. Alright, here we go. Let's watch all the lies. Because that's all it is lies. This gentleman, he goes away. He don't really say anything to me. He asked me to go stand on the sidewalk. Technically, I am standing on the sidewalk. GIS survey shows I'm standing on the sidewalk. I told him no. Because I would have been walking with traffic if I would have followed his orders, which has been illegal. And 2, I'm not hurting nothing. I'm relaxing my legs. And last thing I want to do is start to walk. You think he asked me how I was doing, or if I was okay, or if I needed some water, or anything like that? Like someone that cared about my health? No. I could definitely use some water. So it's clearly obvious he's making a phone call. Taking off his gear. It's clearly obvious he made a phone call. But he's just like, screw it, I'm going home. I just want to go home. There he goes. Bye-bye. So here we're at 6:02. So I thought this happened around like 5:30 to 5:45. No, this happened. All this, I got there at 6 o'clock. Like right when I stopped, I got there at 6 o'clock. Then he showed me walking up. So I walked up from, it'd be going towards the left, going towards the stoplight to the air end, walking towards oncoming traffic. Not with, towards. They wanted me to break the law and go towards, which then could left me open for them to call law enforcement, make false allegations, and all this other stuff like they've done the whole entire time. But let's watch this. I'm gonna make sure I have the stuff staying up here for you all to see. But this is literally perjury, because they altered this video. I'll back it up some. Okay. See, I'm just standing there. I'm not doing nothing except for holding a sign. I even say in my live stream, I didn't even think I'd even have to record. I just wanted to go out there, protest, warn the community, and move on with my life. That's all I wanted to do. Empower myself and move on. Nope. Here comes that. I believe this is that police vehicle that Darren Granger's in. Yeah. Even on the internet, you try to look up these people and try to look up things about them and everything. It even says on the internet, if they operate in this capacity that they do in this video, then they're impersonating a police officer. They don't have powers to be able to do this type of stuff. They're supposed to protect people from biohazards and stuff like that. They're supposed to help, not hurt. They want to hurt me. So this guy. So he's dropping this guy off. I don't know who that is. I'm sure they got him to sign the ask him to be a witness when I don't think he even stays around. Allergies are driving me nuts. Oopsie. There we go. I know I could do that. I'm just learning this stuff right here. I've never done this before, and I'm like, hey, I have to be able to figure out a way to be able to pull up the actual time to find out the exact times. So Darren Granger pulled around there around 6:05, I believe it was. As soon as I got there, that guy that was leaving, he told me to go turn around and walk with traffic and go to the sidewalk. I said no, that's an unlawful order. Asking is not ordering. There's a difference. They never gave me an order. Never gave me an order. They never even said I was on arrest. Never said I was being detained. None of that. They just go straight to violence. And there's a name that people like me came up with on this. It's called contempt of cop. It's where you basically you hurt their feelings, you hurt their ego, because you don't allow them to bully you around. I knew what I was doing is lawfully, legally allowed to do. Matter of fact, in just, I believe, January the 26th to February, there was 2 protests. High schoolers left and protested. Left school and went and protested. Thank God they didn't get attacked, but I did. I got attacked. So right there is viewpoint discrimination, in my opinion. So I'm just holding a sign. Right there, that's Tim Foltz. That's the person that July 22nd, 2024 harassed me, parroted everything that Phil Caldwell said, threatened me with to arrest me under every false premise you can imagine. Had to deal with an hour of that. And I was there for an appointment to get an ultrasound done on my legs. And he sat there for a long time, and I believe he read what was on my sign. They know what I was doing. I was out there exercising my constitutional rights, but they don't care. These people are lawless. Now, mental and physical abuse that this place has caused me, I don't feel safe going any of these hospitals. It's funny how the video keeps jumping. I wonder if that's because it's been altered. Oh wait, it has been altered. Just watch. You'll see Tim Foltz pull into the parking lot over here, on the left hand side, and his burgundy or red Mustang. Mind you, I was out there, I was in pain. I just left Erskine physical therapy. The rest of my legs, look how I have my knees bent. Even while standing. I even say in the video, in the live stream, my legs hurt. And I find it very odd and suspicious how the one person that walked up there to me isn't the one writing out police reports, but the person that attacked me is the one that didn't approach me first and just all of a sudden attacked me, and then is literally lying on a police report saying I said things I didn't say. I just don't get why they couldn't leave me alone. See how low that sign is? It's all the way down to my knees. How on earth could I knee them in the testicles? Please explain it to me. I have a square sign all the way down on my knees. How am I able to knee them in the testicles? Let's see it. Let's zoom in here. See, he walks all the way up to me. I realize who he is, his face. I'm showing him that the telephone poles. Look at the telephone poles. So I walk away. I start to do what they ask me to do, but I'm like, wait, if I go that way, They can make up false police report. Call the police saying something because they're manipulative. Zoom in here more. Watch this. Watch this. Darren Ranger stops. If he will listen to me, I was gonna tell him why I stopped there. But watch. Bam! Altered. "17-minute mark." Or 6-minute 17 mark. 6-minute 17. There's something marked. But you clearly see that. Clear as day. They're doing all this extra stuff and I'm knocked out. You hear Tim Foltz saying, "I'm gonna break your fucking arm. I'm gonna punch you in your fucking face." They flip me over, I'm compliant. They're hitting on me still. David Needham walks up and says, "Need help?" And then next thing you know, I feel a boot or something just right on my back. Like he was putting out a cigarette or something and he just pushed harder. You know, I was sitting there saying, "I can't breathe. I can't breathe." They're all on me. Had their knee in my neck. Darren Granger, he had his arm around my neck. He was laying totally across my entire body. See how they jerk me around? Slam me into the cop car. Goes, "Slam me in there." They cut that out. That's where Tim Foltz tasered me. So I was telling them to stop hurting me. Because they kept on pushing me and my back of my head kept on smacking the back of the top of the car. You know how when you get into one of them cars, you only see a cop take his hand and put it over above your head? Oh look, altered again. That's where Darren Granger and Tim Foltz had their powwow, and he said, "I fucking love that." The orgasmic sound that came out of his mouth was absolutely disgusting. I'm in the car, I say, "You guys make me sick." Immediately they stopped, they cut that out. And all these people, if they're willing to lie for them, all of them are committing perjury. Every single one of them is committing perjury. They're willing to lie for them on this. There's some more altars. You'll see it. These people are like Flash. They can just be one place and the next another. By them submitting this evidence, they have committed perjury. And by this prosecutor submitting this evidence as physical evidence, not even clearly not reviewing it, and if she did review it, that right there is treason. Look, Tim Foltz, he destroyed my sign. I watched him tear it up. Yep, see, there you go. 6/20/30. And watch us see another right there. There glitch because there's an altar. And now watch Foltz over here. He's walking, he gets right by that sign, and all of a sudden, bam, he's all the way over there by the vehicle. Look at that. My gosh, man. That's why I said it makes me sick. So not only are they trying to destroy my life for me exercising my rights, but they're also risking Jennifer Haley's career. Because all are going to be held accountable for their actions. See right there. Even the bike going by. The guy on the bike, he just disappeared. And then all of a sudden he just right up in the vehicle. Takes off. They really think that people are this stupid. That we won't see it. That I wouldn't see this. You're talking about somebody that's hyper alert because of bullies like this. What I've had to live through my entire life is stuff like this.